How's it going, people? This is Stevie again, and in this video we're going to continue with the Pack of Lies series, where we collated all of the lies, or should I say a portion of the key lies that Kim's put forward, and over the last 4-5 years. And anyway, it was time to bring them back to the surface so that you can see for yourself what she said back then. And a lot of it is absolutely insane. I mean, the last episode was about how she killed Marduk, the 14-foot Royal Draco, how she executed him. And it's amazing how people still believed it even after that video. Some of the comments we got, it's quite hilarious to be honest. But anyway, in this one we're gonna still keep on the ET alien subject, because for a while Kim's one of the biggest lies she done is the Universal Protection Unit, which is an ET unit that's out there supposed to be protecting the Earth, and apparently she's part of that, like she was with two other members, which was Megan Martinez and Ava Cowan. The whole three of them said they were part of the UPU. And of course the ET Alien Council that she believes she's a member of, and she is the guardian for the Earth, so she believes she's a representative for us and speaks on behalf of us. And she visits them, or they visit her, or whatever. Nobody's seen any of this. So what we're going to do is rewind back to the first time this came to the surface. Now, it's not the first time these councils have come up. We've heard of quite a few going on, even today on the internet. The Andromeda Council, led by Tolek, which has been going on for a long time, and that Megan Martinez is part of that now, with another guy. So Megan was in part of Kim's team, and something happened where she got pretty pissed off and she ended up leaving or getting kicked out of Kim's team. She teamed up with this Tolek guy in this Andromeda Council, and they're spinning the same bullshit about a trust and money and things like that, which I'll show you the video in a bit. Now this is going to be in two parts, I think, because it's got quite a lot of information in it. Anyway, let's rewind it back to 2016, when this first come on the scene, where Kim introduces herself as Kay in a show with Thomas Williams, the other swindler, fake person that thinks he's in high places. And of course he was Kim's number two. He was the spokesperson for Kim and the Manor World Trust, and he was supposed to have had this cosmic majestic level clearance 75. I've lost count. But he had her on the show, and me and many Team Bubba followers, and maybe many more out there that have been part of Truth on Integrity cult, which is what Thomas runs, would have heard this show. And it was at the time, like, because I was sucked into the brainwashing of this cult, it was wow, aliens. We can actually hear aliens talking on this show, because this is what they said. There was an alien speaking, and there was two ladies, which was called M, which is Megan Martinez, and A, who's Ava Cowan. and of course K is Kim, and the two ladies M and A are the interpreters apparently, and the alien's talking, and we find out later on that that alien speaks light language. So let's go back. I'm going to play this clip for you. We call it the fake show, UPU Council fake show, and we did make a video on this a while back, but I thought we might as well revisit, and because we are trying to remind people that this is the kind of ridiculous bullshit that Kim talks about. Now, hopefully after these couple of videos, you're all going to say, oh, this is absolutely pathetic what Kim's saying. If you still believe in this crap after this, then there's no help, there's no hope for you. Absolutely no hope for you, and you're too far gone and brainwashed. Like I said, there's no harm in admitting to yourself that you've been duped. They tried to make a fool out of you. But honestly, if you're still believing this crap after this video, then bye, you're gone. Right, let's play the first one, and you'll listen to this. Hopefully you'll giggle.
Tonight we will have 3 people, very human voices, who will be speaking, and in the background are the council people, which you will hear but not understand their language. That language will then be translated into what we would understand in English. So I'll be referring to the people I'll be speaking to as M, who will do some of the translating, A, who also will partially translate and speak, and K. So they'll be the 3 people who will be answering most of the questions and giving us some insight of what's going on. But you will likely also hear the beings and people in the background of the council. So we welcome them to the Truth, Honour and Integrity show. It's a great honour for us all, and hopefully we have got them all online, and we can start off. The general purpose or the directives of the council.
You'd like me to answer the directives of the council, the Universal Council, or
yes, whichever person wants to answer, that's fine.
I'll let the council answer that one.
Sorry, one moment.
That's okay.
Okay, they said, hello again, brother. We are a governing board of the universe comprised of members from various dimensions enforcing universal law. They describe themselves kind of like, so the UPU would be like their enforcement agency, whereas the council is more of like, maybe like the Supreme Court justices. And they're comprised of members from, various dimensions. They're not all from the same dimension.
Okay. So, what brought them here? What is their mission here? both on and for Earth currently. They gain the trust within the group and within themselves, which is more important, to now relay their story to people and without fear of being ridiculed, or and so that's the work we're doing with our group, and everyone's supporting each other, and hopefully once we get the foundation up and running, we can expand that out into the rest of America, which will be good, getting the people all working together again.
Absolutely. Once a few things are in place, I know that the two of us sitting here are going to be coming front and center. Absolutely. With many, many things. But yes, it is important to step forward, to step outside of fear on every level at all times. And when you're able to do that, then you can come forward and not have to private message anymore. And because no matter what you say anyway, someone will say something regardless. So yes, so as we merge together, we find each other, we empower each other, and then we step forward together. And that's my intention.
Yeah.
Our intention.
I used to make a joke about it like 5 years.
When I started learning Reiki, and then, I bring in the language of light, which is a telepathic communication. And so you have to be able to bring it into your body. And then I realized, I couldn't be on prescription medications or anything like that, or, because it clouds you.
If you speak the light language, do you know what it is that you're saying, or does it just flow through you?
It flows through me. I get an idea. I don't do it often, but I don't know what it is because it's outside of me as a person, and it's for the person who's hearing it. And it can activate. It can be it's really speaking to the soul. So it can it can do whatever the person needs. It's multidimensional. It's quantum, and it would be hard to put it in a box. I heard you speak of that before. So you couldn't really. It's really for the people hearing it. It can. When I heard it, that's how I started speaking it. Is that I didn't even know it was coming. I was on a phone call, and someone started speaking this language I never heard, and I lifted up off the ground. I felt a love like I never felt in my life, and I hit the floor, and I start crawling around the floor. This energy, push, 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 and it just went boom out of my mouth. I mean, it just went, and it was super fast, and I was like, "What is that?" and the woman. I was on a conference call. There was 2 of us in the room, and then 3 people on the phone in other areas of the world. And I didn't know it was coming, and it activated me totally.
Wow.
So that's what it did to me.
Well, would you like to give us a message? Maybe there's somebody out there that needs to hear it.
Well, I'm going to set the intention that it's for the highest good of whoever is listening right now. And It's only for them. And since we have a little short window of time, I can wrap it up with this.
Okay.
Everyone take a deep breath in. Exhale. Indra Kandra, the Regida, that took the Shorokandra, Kata, the Gitter Candida, Andro Cotoria, Gadra. Tatarura tatarura chadragandrugu ayan daira toto inga tatachidrka drudru ketaki drugudrucha.
Wow. I have no idea what that translates to, but it seemed very powerful to me.
Well, it can do no harm. It is, and I invite people to go research what light language is. Do not take my word for it. Feel how it feels in your body. This activation could carry on after this, and I have set the intention. It's for the highest good for all involved, and so it is.
I love it. That is so awesome, Ava. Very good.
So what do you think of that then? I'll put the link in the description box. I'm sorry. So, you know, we spent absolutely ages trying to work out what that language was. I'll never forget, we went searching, and we thought it might be like a Sri Lankan. Someone mentioned it could be Sri Lankan. So I remember we approached a college, Sri Lankan college or something like that, and asked them, and they said they'd never heard of that before. And then someone said, oh, it's Ukrainian, which is in reverse. I thought, what? Anyway, we was lost. We just didn't know where to go with it. And then all of a sudden, remember that show was in 2016. Then all of a sudden in 2020, she appears. If you look at the last part of that video, Ava ends up on the Jimmy Brent show. It's Inside the Matrix. And he's a good guy. He's actually helped expose Thomas Williams as well as being fake. And of course, once Jimmy did that, they actually started saying, "Oh, you're also paid asset or Blackwater." I can't remember what they said, but they said, "You're also Team Bubba." You know, that is what they do. Anyone that tries to call them out, they start accusing them as being, they've turned to the dark side or whatever, and it's just complete bullshit. But yeah, as you can see, well, part of that video, you can hear that Ava actually starts talking normally, and it's exactly the same person. Exactly the same person. They admit later on that Ava Cowan is the one of the interpreters, as you can tell. It's easily you can identify that the both voices are the same. But I don't know. You tell me. Is it not the same voice? I mean, Ava Cowan, she seemed a really nice person, and I don't think she's a scammer. I really don't. I just think that she's been led up the wrong path, taken advantage of. Kim tried to pretend to be a friend. This is a very healthy lady. Does a lot of spiritual mind work. She's an ex-bodybuilding champion. You can find loads of videos of her on she's got her own YouTube channel. Then of course Kim promised her a different career and got her onto the United News Network, which we'll show you that clip in a minute. Used her for probably maybe a month or so, and then booted her out. She's kicked out. There's same kind of the way she gets rid of people, and she uses them to a certain extent. She did it to Thomas Williams, and it's his own fault, dickhead. She's done it to Tank, and she's done it now. She's done it to Ava as well. So It's not good. Anyone that gets involved with her, she's just using you. It's a big track record of it. Anyway, wait, let me just show you this clip of Ava with working on the United News Network, and then we'll show you Megan Martinez, what she's got to say about Kim in a minute.
Welcome to an interview with Kimberly Ann Goguen. My name is Ava Cowan, and today I wanted to speak about what United News Channel is, and I wanted to connect with Kim, our founder, to introduce United News Channel and to let you know how you can get involved. United News Channel was created to unite the people from all around the world, offering a platform promoting freedom and peace, working solutions, and important truthful information. Kim, welcome. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, Ava.
I must know, what inspired you to start the United News Channel?
She's the anchor lady for United News Network, or it was called at the time United News Channel. So plastic, the whole thing. So tacky, and I don't know, people pay for this. People actually subscribe and pay for that shit. All they do is interpret what's going on in the mainstream media and add their own bullshit to it. Anyway, so there you go. Same lady, Ava Cowan, moved on from there. We don't know what she's doing. Hopefully she's doing something a lot better and not helping people scam money out of people. Maybe she realised it was all bullshit and moved along. Anyway, talking about moving on. I'm going to show you a clip now with the other person that was in that UPU show, council show from 2016. Is Megan Martinez. And she was booed out of there, or she left, whichever it was. There was some kind of a cat fight of some kind, and she jumped into bed with some other scamming team and drama in her council bullshit. She's sitting at a table with some guy, I think Stephen M, I think, and the other guy's Tolek. Tolek, I've said, he's been going a long time, full of shit, the guy. And he asks the question to them both, like, people are sending questions through to Tolek and saying, the Man of World Holding Trust, which we know is Kim's fake trust with all the assets of the world in it. And he asks, is Man of World Holding Trust, are you in with them? And I'll see what she's got to say about it. And you can see it didn't end pretty well. And that they're all, this Megan's moved on to another scam, so she's not a nice person, is she? Anyway, have a listen to this.
Next on the list is the Man of World Trust. We haven't talked about that in a while, so why don't you...
Well, we have never really talked about it, but it gets brought up. People ask, are you involved with that? And the answer, quite simply, is no. We've attempted to be aligned in the past with that, but it wasn't something that we felt, was the kind of integrity that we want to represent.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's the individual that is running that is just kind of a volatile person and really difficult to work with, and she doesn't like to play well with others, and so that's an issue with it as well, because what happens, and I know a lot of people are talking about money moving out from that trust, and we've had difficulties in the past, and this is what we've struggled with, is finding a secure way to move funds. And so it's taken a very rather large collaboration and a lot of moving parts in order to do it, because every time we move money, we risk getting it taken by the opposition and actually funding our opposition. So it's a very delicate situation to do. And if you're not willing to work with others and make it happen, then you're not really going to find success. And there are some other tactics that she employs that we're just not comfortable with. As far as working, it's just not, it's something we're not morally comfortable with.
Yeah, and of course, in order to do this in a manner that achieves your goals with the highest intent, I would imagine you need to align yourselves with very positive parties. And in that process, you also need to make sure that there's no tampering going on from outside nefarious sources.
Yeah.
As you know, we know that the system is set up so it's self-serving, and unfortunately, whenever the system detects that you guys have been trying to move money, they step in.
So, that's Megan Martinez. Kim's a volatile person, very hard to get on with. Yeah, it's not the first time we've heard her. She's a hot-tempered woman who acts all nice, and you piss her off. She's one angry, nasty piece of work. Not much more to say on that one, to be fair. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is going to, because there's a lot more videos, just going to try and move on to some of the so-called notices, or should I say, in messages from the council that Kim allegedly sits in and brings back a message. And of course, at the time, Thomas Williams was the spokesperson, and on 2 occasions he reads out a message from them, and also he gets a bit peed off as well, because he thinks the council are not doing what they should be doing for whatever that is. So yeah, let's clip up these and have a listen to more bullshit.
Final statement to that intel is we're serious about the UN meeting, and the reason why we need to be there is we have the knowledge. And obviously Kim has all the assets. And I'm calling on the council now, including the Air Council and the UPU, to make this happen. We need an opportunity to correct the wrongs. Make it happen. There's a clarion call echoed out into the universe. The council were aware of what we were doing, and work was underway before today to make this day possible. This morning, the council responded to our call, and this was their message. Today, the age of decadence amongst your elite comes to a close. Do not forget what it is to be human. Caring, sharing and loving still existed and continues to exist, regardless of the Dark One's penetration into your world. You have never lost your balance and remained a caring being of light. Not just for humans, but for us all. And for that, we thank you. We thank you for all you have done. Source is the oneness that binds us all. We are all beings of light and one in the eyes of the Creator. Today is a most important day. Do not be fearful of the coming age of the light worker. It is your time to shine, so shine brightly. You are an amazing, resilient species and a marvel of His creation, a light in the darkness. You have never lost faith and hope in us, and in the hope that one day we could all coexist as brothers and sisters in the light that binds us all, and for that we thank you. Our universe is no longer hollow. This is a direct reference to the destroyer placing a black hole in this universe that was not a natural creation. That has now been fixed. We can all rejoice and be thankful our source has returned, and this universe is safe once again for many millennia to come. We will rebuild all that has been destroyed by the Dark Destroyer. Today we invite you to celebrate with us, for today marks a momentous day not only in this universe, but in all of existence. Enjoy the beautiful display of light which pervades throughout your universe. As for Midgard, what you call Earth, the death of the Destroyer at your hands springs new hope eternal for all Earth inhabitants. This is an amazing time for you and your species. From today forward, you will feel as if a great weight has been lifted. It is a time of learning and growth. Gone is the era of stagnation, and welcome the new age of Source. Congratulate your fellow humans on a job well done. We could not have survived this without you, our dear friends. Darkness cannot coexist in the presence of light. Shine brightly, dear ones, each one of you, for this is the only way to overcome the oppressors. Each one of you has a role to play. You may think you are too small, too insignificant, but it's not true. It is the law of the universe. I will repeat, darkness cannot exist in the presence of the light of the Creator. Bask in all its glory and amazement as you watch the Creator's works permeate throughout your world. We go in peace and love of the Creator and remain forever in your debt. Abundance you have all been praying for shall now be yours. In peace, love, and in the spirit of sharing, we request you do not repeat the mistakes of your human oppressors. In peace, love, and the light of the Creator, the Universal Council.
The age of decadence has come to a close. Come on. Oh, you just know that. I mean, the second clip has got Kim's bullshit all over it. Completely scripted for Kim. And of course, the first bit is talking about a UN meeting where Kim's told Thomas that the council want to meet up United Nations and sit in with them and talk about bringing world peace, I guess. If only that was true, that'd be absolutely amazing, but that was years ago. We still live in a shithole, and we've still got massive problems on the planet. So come on, people. Do you still believe this shit? You can't do, can you? Oh, anyway, I'm going to end this video on it. Before we do, Kim's communication with with the UPU and the council is her sitting in a chair, closing her eyes, and then she gets messages come through. She does not sit down physically with aliens like she gives that impression, and goes through all problems on the earth and gets these messages that way. She sits there and dreams them up, basically. I could do the same. I could close my eyes right now and say, oh, I've just got a message from Father Christmas telling everyone's going to get lovely presents this year. There's no difference. And I remember listening to, we was cracking up in Team Bubba when he put that out. We was pissing ourselves laughing because we just thought, how can you believe this shit? And the thing is, Kim still puts this shit out today. She does her Zoom calls and she puts messages out. We've got another message from the council, which I'll play that in part B of this. Gonna have to end this one. It's getting on quite a bit of time, and I know I don't want to make these too long, so we'll end on this. I'll do a part B. I've got plenty more to show you, but so far hopefully you're halfway through doubting this woman, especially on the council side, because she's a lunatic, absolute lunatic, psychopath. She believes it. She really does, and she's convincing a lot of people. You need to snap out of the cult bullshit. Step back and think about it. If she's sitting if she gives the impression she does, but if she's sitting in a council with aliens, where's the evidence? Come on. Surely if they want to change the world, to get everybody on board, they just park their ships right above Kim's house or somewhere, wouldn't they? And come down, beam down and say hello. Don't get us wrong, in Team Bubba, there's people who actually witnessed aliens, or should I say encounters with ETs and UFOs. Me personally, I haven't, but there are people that have. So we're not mocking the UFO community at all. We're mocking Kim for her lies and bullshit. Because Kim, if you've got evidence on this, video footage, all that, we've heard the audio shit, it's crap. We've just proven it's crap. So what else have you got to put on the table so people can believe it? If you've got it, show it. Prove us wrong. So then we can then say, okay, you are who you say you are. This would be a great opportunity to say who you are. Beam down. Considering we're the only people on this planet that seem to be against you, Kim, because we know you're full of shit. This is just amazing that people, I'm not talking about people don't, there's loads of people that doubt you, but making videos, exposing you. We said it in our 4 Curries in a Podcast videos that we just wish people would do their own videos and expose her. If you can, do it. Because, anyway, I've been rabbiting on too long. Thanks very much, everyone, for listening. Please slam your comments in the comment box below. Smash a like, and hopefully you can share with your friends and to show how ridiculous the truth community can be when people like Kim and Thomas Williams put this bullshit out. Thanks very much for listening. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.